My name is Lily. I am 30 years old. I live alone in a small apartment. Every day is the same. I wake up at 7. I make coffee. I eat toast. Then I go to work. I work in an office. I answer emails. I type reports. I talk to my coworkers, but I don't have real friends there. I come home at 6. I cook dinner for one person. I eat alone. I watch television. The shows make noise, but my apartment feels quiet. I go to bed early. Then the next day starts again. My father lives 10 minutes away. His name is George. He is 68 years old. My mother died 5 years ago. She had cancer. It happened fast. One day she was here, then she was gone. Dad lives in the same house. It is the house where I grew up. Mom's things are still there. Her books sit on the shelf. Her coat hangs by the door. Dad doesn't move them. I think he can't. I visit Dad every Tuesday and Friday. I bring food. I cook for him. We eat together at the kitchen table. We talk about small things. The weather, the news, his doctor appointments. He never talks about Mom. He never talks about feelings. I don't ask him about those things. Feels too hard. Dad looks old now. His hair is white. His hands shake a little. He moves slowly. He forgets things. Sometimes he repeats the same stories. I listen every time. I smile. I nod. I worry about him. I think he is lonely. I think he is sad. But he never says it. He just sits in his chair. He reads the newspaper. He watches the birds outside. His life is very small now. Mine is too. I feel responsible for him. He is my father. He took care of me. Now I must take care of him. That is what daughters do. I check his medicine. I pay his bills. I drive him to the store. I am the only family he has. He is the only family I have. But something feels wrong. Our dinners feel empty. Our conversations feel thin. We sit together, but we are both alone. I see him as an old man. I see him as someone who needs help. I see him as someone who stopped living. Maybe he sees me the same way. On Tuesday, I knock on his door. He opens it. He smiles. Lily, he says, come in. I walk inside. I put the groceries on the counter. I start to cook. He sits at the table. He watches me. Neither of us says much. This is our life now. Quiet, safe, empty. I wonder if this is all there is. I wonder if we will always be this way. The next Friday, I go to Dad's house. I use my key. I walk inside. Something is different. Music plays softly. The house smells clean. Fresh flowers sit on the table. Yellow roses. Mom always liked roses. Dad comes from the kitchen. He wears a nice shirt. A blue shirt I never saw before. He smiles big. Lily, you're early. I stare at him. Dad, are you okay? He laughs. I'm fine. I'm good, actually. I look around. The newspapers are gone. The curtains are open. Sunshine fills the room. This doesn't feel like Dad's house anymore. We sit down to eat. Dad talks more than usual. He tells me about his week. He went to the park. He tried a new restaurant. He joined a book club at the library. A book club? I say, you never read books. Well, I do now, he says. He smiles again. I feel strange. Something is wrong. Dad doesn't act this way. Dad sits in his chair. Dad is quiet. Dad is sad. I made a friend, he says suddenly. I put down my fork. A friend. Yes, her name is Ellen. She volunteers at the library. She started the book club. She is very kind. Her a woman. My stomach feels tight. Oh, I say that's nice. She loves gardening. Dad continues. She showed me her roses. She gave me those flowers. She taught me about plants. We went to the garden center last week. I look at the yellow roses. They are beautiful, but they don't belong here. Mom's roses were pink. How old is she? I ask. I don't know exactly. Maybe 65. 65. 5 years younger than Dad. I feel a little better, but not much. How did you meet her? I ask. At the library. 3 weeks ago. I went to turn a book. She was there. We started talking. She invited me to the book club. 3 weeks. He knew her for 3 weeks and he didn't tell me. Why didn't you tell me before? I say. Dad looks down. I don't know. I thought maybe you would worry. I am worrying. I am worrying a lot. What does she want? I ask. Dad looks confused. What do you mean? Why is she spending time with you? Because we enjoy it, he says. He sounds hurt. I feel bad, but I also feel angry. This woman appears from nowhere. Suddenly, Dad changes everything. He wears new clothes. He goes to restaurants. He forgets about Mom. Does she know about Mom? I ask. Yes. Dad says quietly. I told her about your mother. Eleanor lost her husband too. 2 years ago. She understands. Of course she is lonely too. She is looking for someone. Maybe she needs money. Maybe she needs a place to live. Old people are easy targets. I saw it on the news. Dad, you need to be careful. I say careful of what? Of people who want things. Dad's face changes. He looks sad again. The old sad. Lily Eleanor is a good person. You just met her. I say, I know good people when I meet them. He says, we finished dinner in silence. I wash the dishes. Dad sits at the table. The music still plays, but the happiness is gone. I did that. I took it away. I leave early. I drive home. I feel angry. I feel scared. I feel something else too. Something I don't want to name. Dad is moving forward. Dad is living again. And I am not. Tuesday comes. I call Dad. Bed in the morning. I want to confirm our dinner. Hi Lily, he says about tonight. My chest feels tight. Yes, I can't make it. Eleanor invited me to a concert at the community center. I said, yes, I'm sorry. He is canceling. He never cancels. Oh, I say, okay, we can do Friday instead. He says, sure, I say, but I don't feel sure. I hang up. I sit on my couch. Tuesday is our day. We always have Tuesday. Now Eleanor takes Tuesday too. Friday arrives. I go to Dad's house. He opens the door. He wears nice pants. His shoes are shined. He looks 10 years younger. Come in, he says. I made soup. Dad made soup. Dad never cooks. We eat. He tells me about the concert. Classical music. He loved it. Eleanor plays piano. She might teach him. You want to learn piano? I ask. Why not? He says that I have time now. Time? He always had time. He just sat in his chair. Now suddenly he has energy for everything. Eleanor and I are taking a painting class. He says it starts next week, Wednesday evenings. You don't paint. I say I want to try. He says, this isn't my father. My father watches TV. My father reads newspapers. My father lives in the past. Dad, I say slowly, Are you sure about all this? Sure. About what? About Eleanor? About these changes? He puts down his spoon. Lily, I'm happy. Can't you see that? I can see it. That is the problem. What about Mom? I ask quietly. Dad's face changes. What about her? Don't you feel bad doing all these things without her? Dad is quiet for a long time. Your mother is gone, Lily. I will always love her, but she is gone. I am still here. His words hurt. They feel wrong, but I don't know why. On Saturday, I go to the grocery store. I turn down the bread aisle. I stop. Dad is there. Eleanor is with him. She is short. She has gray hair. She wears a red coat. She looks normal. She looks nice. They don't see me. I watch them. Dad pushes the cart. Eleanor picks up bread. She shows it to him. He shakes his head. He points to different bread. They both laugh. She touches his arm. He smiles at her. They look comfortable. They look like a couple. My throat feels tight. I turn around. I leave the store. I don't buy anything. That night, I call my friend Lisa. I tell her everything. He replaced Mom. I say just like that. Lily. Lisa says your mom died 5 years ago. So that means he should forget her. That's not what I said. But Lily, he's allowed to be happy with some random woman. I say he barely knows her. He's an adult. Lisa says he can make his own choices. She probably wants his money. I say, Lisa, sigh. Does your dad have a lot of money? No, I admit. But still what? Lisa asks. Lily, are you angry at your dad or angry at something else? I'm protecting him, I say. Are you? Lisa asks. Or are you protecting yourself? I don't answer. I don't want to think about that. Maybe you should meet Eleanor, Lisa suggests. Talk to her. See who she really is. No, I say quickly. I don't want to meet her. Why not? I don't have a good answer. I just know I don't want to. Meeting her makes it real. Meeting her means Dad really changed. Meeting her means everything is different now. I have to go, I say. I hang up. I sit in my apartment. It is quiet. It is always quiet outside. People laugh. Cars pass. Life happens. Happens, but not here, not for me. Dad is living. Dad is trying new things. Dad is moving forward. And I am stuck. I am stuck in the same place, the same apartment, the same routine, the same loneliness. Maybe Lisa is right. Maybe I am not angry at Dad. Maybe I am angry at myself. But that is too hard to think about. 2 weeks pass. I don't visit Dad. He calls twice. I don't answer. He leaves messages. I delete them. But I can't avoid him forever. On Thursday, he calls again. Lily, he says, please come over. We need to talk. I go on Friday evening. Dad opens the door. He looks worried. We sit in the living room, not the kitchen. This feels serious. Why are you avoiding me? He asks. I look at my hands. I'm not avoiding you. You are, he says. Talk to me, Lily. What's wrong? I take a deep breath. It's Eleanor. What about her? Dad, you barely know her. You're changing everything. It's too fast. Too fast for who? He asks. For you? For Mom's memory. Dad closes his eyes. Lily, your mother has been gone for 5 years. I know that, I say. My voice sounds sharp. Do you? He asks. Because you act like she died yesterday. His words surprise me. They hurt. I worry about you, I say. Worry about what exactly? Dad asks. I pause. I need to say this carefully. What if Eleanor wants something? What if she's using you? Dad's face changes. He looks angry. Dad never looks angry. Using me for what, Lily? My money? I don't have money. My house. It needs repairs. What exactly do you think she wants? I don't know, I say quietly. Companionship. Someone to take care of her. Yes, Dad says loudly. Companionship. Is that so terrible? I don't answer. Dad stands up. He walks to the window. He is quiet for a minute, then he speaks again. His voice is softer. Now, after your mother died, I wanted to die too. He says, my heart stops. I didn't tell you that. He continues. You were grieving. You were sad. I couldn't add my pain to yours. So I pretended. I pretended I was okay. I sat in my chair. I read newspapers. I watched birds. But inside I was empty. Tears come to my eyes. Every day felt the same. Dad says, every day felt meaningless. You came on Tuesdays and Fridays. Those were the only days I got dressed. The only days I tried. Dad, I whisper. Then I met Eleanor, he says. He turns to look at me. She understands loss. She stands loneliness. She doesn't try to fix me. She just sits with me, talks with me, laughs with me. She makes me want to live again. But what about Mom? I ask. I will always love your mother, Dad says. Always. But she's gone, Lily. And I am still here. I have years left. Maybe 10 years. Maybe 20. Do you want me to spend them alone in this chair waiting to die? I start crying. I can't stop. I'm not replacing your mother. Dad says gently. Nobody can replace her. But Eleanor gives me hope. She gives me joy. I need that. Don't you want that for me? I do. I say. I do want that. But what? He asks. I can't say it. I can't say the real reason. That I'm jealous. That I'm lonely too. That I want someone to make me laugh. That I'm stuck and he's moving forward. That I'm angry. He found happiness and I didn't. I just want you to be careful, I say. Finally, Dad sits down again. He looks tired. Lily, I am 68 years old. I know how to be careful, but I also know that life is short. Your mother taught me that I won't waste the time I have left. We sit in silence. The space between us feels huge, like a river I can't cross. Are you happy for me? Dad asks quietly. I want to say yes. I want to be a good daughter. But I can't lie. I don't know. I say honestly. Dad nods slowly. I see. Dad, it's okay. He says, but his voice sounds sad. You can go now. I'm tired. I stand up. I want to hug him. I want to say sorry, but my feet won't move. Goodbye, Dad. I say. Goodbye, Lily. He says. I drive home. I cry the whole way. Something broke tonight. Something important, and I don't know how to fix it. 3 days pass. I don't hear from Dad. I feel terrible. I call him. He doesn't answer. On Tuesday, he finally calls back. Lily, he says, can you come over on Saturday at 2 o'clock? Yes, I say quickly. I'll be there. Good. He says Eleanor will be here too. I want you to meet her. My stomach drops. Dad, I please, Lily, he says. For me, I can't say no. Okay, Saturday comes. I almost don't go. I sit in my car outside Dad's house. My hands shake. I want to drive away, but I promised. I knock on the door. Dad opens it. A woman stands behind him. Eleanor. She is shorter than me. She has gray hair in a neat bun. She wears simple jeans and a sweater. She has kind eyes, soft wrinkles around them. She looks normal. She looks like somebody's grandmother. Lily. Dad says this is Eleanor. Eleanor smiles. She steps forward. Lily, I'm so happy to meet you. Your father talks about you all the time. She holds out her hand. I shake it. Her hand is warm. Hello, I say stiffly. We go inside. We sit in the living room. Dad made tea. He pours 3 cups. Eleanor helps him. They move together easily like they did this many times before. Your father tells me you work in an office. Eleanor says, yes, I say. That must be interesting, she says. Not really, I say. An awkward silence fills the room. Eleanor tries again. George showed me photos of you. You were a beautiful baby. Thank you, I say coldly. Dad looks uncomfortable. Eleanor looks sad. But she keeps trying. I lost my husband 2 years ago. Eleanor says gently. Tom, we were married for 40 years. I understand how hard it is. How much you miss your mother. Her words surprise me. They feel honest, real. I'm sorry. I say, and I mean it a little. Thank you. Eleanor says the first year was terrible. I didn't leave my house. I didn't want to see anyone. My daughter worried about me. She lives far away in California. She called every day. She has a daughter too. She understands being a daughter. Being worried. Then one day I decided I needed to live again. Eleanor continues. Not because I stopped loving Tom, but because he wouldn't want me to stop living. So I started volunteering at the library. That's where I met your father. Dad smiles at her. She smiles back. Their smiles are soft, gentle, real. He looks so sad. Eleanor says he sat alone in the corner. He held a book but didn't read it. I asked if he needed help. He said no. But I sat down anyway. We started talking. She wouldn't leave me alone. Dad jokes. His eyes are bright. You needed someone who wouldn't leave you alone. Eleanor says. She touched his hand. I watched them. They look comfortable. They look happy. They look like they belong together. I'm not trying to replace your mother. Eleanor says to me, nobody can do that. I just want to be George's friend. His companion, someone who understands. Her voice is sincere. Her eyes are honest. She isn't lying. She isn't pretending. He talks about your mother sometimes. Eleanor continues about how she loved roses, how she made the best apple pie, how she sang while she cooked. I listen. I want to know about her. She was important. She made George who he is. Tears come to my eyes. I try to stop them. I can't. I'm not the enemy, Lily. Eleanor says softly. Promise. I look at Dad. He watches me. He looks hopeful, scared, like he's waiting for me to decide something important. And suddenly I see it clearly. Dad isn't forgetting Mom. He's honoring her by living, by being happy, by choosing life instead of death. Mom would want this. Mom would want Dad to laugh. Again, to have a friend, to feel joy. I was wrong. I was so wrong.
I'm sorry. He whisper. I'm sorry, Dad. I'm sorry, Eleanor.
Dad stands up. He comes to me. He hugs me tight. I cry into his shoulder. It's okay, he says. It's okay, sweetheart. Eleanor stands too. She doesn't hug me. She just puts her hand on my shoulder. Light, gentle understanding. Change is hard, she says. Grief is hard. Take your time. We sit back down. We drink our tea. We talk more. Eleanor tells funny stories. Dad laughs. I laugh too. A real laugh. Feels strange. Feels good. I watch Eleanor and Dad together. I see how she looks at him with respect, with care, with something like love, but quiet love, steady love. Not the young, wild kind, the kind that survives loss. The kind that chooses to stay. Maybe this is okay. Maybe this is good. Maybe Dad deserves this. Maybe I need to let him go. Not completely, but enough. Enough to let him be happy. Enough to let him live his own life. When I leave, Eleanor hugs me. Come back soon, she says. I will, I say, and I mean it. October 15th arrives. 5 years ago today, Mom died. Every year, Dad and I visit her grave. We bring pink roses. We cry. We remember. I buy roses on Friday. I call Dad Saturday morning. Dad. I say I'll pick you up at 10 tomorrow. Dad is quiet. Lily, about tomorrow. I'm not going to the cemetery this year. What? I can't believe it, but we always go. I know, Dad says gently, but Eleanor and I are going to the lake. Your mother loved the lake. We'll remember her there. You can come too with Eleanor. The words taste bitter. That's our day, Dad. It was our tradition, Dad says. But that tradition kept us stuck. Your mother would want us to remember her with joy, not just pain. I'll go to the cemetery alone. I say Haruro. I hang up. Sunday morning, I drive to the cemetery alone. I bring the pink roses. I sit on the cold bench. I wait for Dad. He doesn't come. I sit for 2 hours. I cry. I talk to Mom. I tell her everything. Then I remember her voice. Things. She said, life is short, Lily. Don't waste it. Don't stop living because of me. But I didn't keep my promise. I stopped living. I hid in my apartment. I hid in my routine. I made myself small, safe, stuck. And I tried to keep Dad stuck too. I see it now clearly. Painfully, I didn't want Dad to move forward because then I would be alone. I would see my own emptiness, my own fear. I was selfish. I disguised it as protection. But really, I was protecting myself from change, from loss, from life. Dad is braver than me. Dad faced his grief. Dad chose to live again. Dad chose happiness even though it scared him, even though it felt wrong at first. And Eleanor did nothing wrong. She offered friendship, companionship, joy. She honored Mom's memory. She didn't erase it. She didn't replace it. She just added something new. I sit on the bench. The sun warms my face. Birds sing in the trees. Life continues. Even here, even in this place of death. Mom wouldn't want me here alone, crying, stuck in the past. Mom would want me at the lake with Dad, with Eleanor, remembering her with love, not just grief. Mom would want me to live, to try to be brave, to choose happiness. I failed her for 5 years. I failed her. But maybe it's not too late. I stand up. I touch Mom's gravestone.
I'm sorry. I whisper.
I'm sorry I stopped living. I'll try now. Promise. I walk back to my car. I drive to the lake. It takes 30 minutes. My hands shake the whole time. I park near the beach. I walk down the path. I see them, Dad and Eleanor. They sit on a blanket. A picnic basket sits between them. They look peaceful, happy. I almost turn around, almost run away, but I don't. I walk toward them. Dad sees me first. His face lights up. He stands. Lily, he says. You came. I'm sorry I'm late, I say. My voice breaks. Eleanor stands too. She smiles. You're not late. You're right on time. Dad hugs me. Eleanor joins the hug. We stand there. 3 people connected by loss, connected by love, connected by the choice to keep living. We sit on the blanket. We eat egg salad sandwiches. They taste like Mom's. We tell happy stories about Mom. Eleanor listens. She cares. The sun sets over the lake. Orange and pink and gold. Mom loved sunsets. She would like this. I say quietly, yes. Dad says she would. This is not betrayal. This is honoring. This is love. This is life. I want it too. Connection. Joy. Change. Mom was right. Life is short. Too short to waste.
That shows happiness.
Now it's my turn. Monday morning. I call Dad. Thank you for yesterday. Day. I say it was beautiful. Thank you for coming. Dad says his voice sounds warm. Eleanor is good for you. I say I see that now. I love you, Lily. Dad says I love you too, I say. At work, I eat lunch with my coworkers. Usually I eat alone. We talk. We laugh. Feels nice. After work, I go to the art store. I used to paint before Mom died. I stopped. It felt wrong to enjoy things. I buy paints, brushes, canvas. At home, I paint the sunset orange and pink and gold. It's messy, but it's mine. On Wednesday, Eleanor calls. Thank you for coming to the lake. She says, I know it wasn't easy. I'm glad I came. I say, how did you start living again? I ask. After Tom died. One small step at a time, Eleanor says. Some days I failed, but other days I tried, even when I was scared. Were you scared a lot? I ask all the time. Eleanor says, but fear gets smaller when you face it. She invites me to dinner next Friday. I'll be there, I say. After we hang up, I feel different. Good. Different. I can't stay stuck forever. Mom wouldn't want that. Dad doesn't want that. I don't want it either. Change is scary. But staying alone, staying stuck, that's scarier. I pick up my phone. I call Lisa. Lily, she says. Is everything okay? Yes, I say. I want to have coffee this weekend. Can you? Of course, Lisa says. She sounds surprised, happy. Good, I say. I have a lot to tell you. That night I paint again. This time I paint roses. It's pink ones for Mom. They're not perfect, but they're full of love. I'm taking small steps, just like Eleanor said. Some days will be hard. Some days I'll want to hide, but other days I'll try. I'll choose life. I'll choose hope. Just like Dad did, just like Mom wanted. One small step at a time. 3 months pass. Many things change. I visit Dad every week. Now I visit because I want to, because I love him. Eleanor is often there. We cook together. We laugh. We talk. We become real friends. Dad is happy. He joined a walking group. He takes piano lessons. He smiles all the time. Our relationship is different now, better. We talk about real things. We don't hide anymore. I was afraid I would lose you too. I told him last week, you could never lose me. Dad said, I'm your father always. I'm different too. I painted 10 pictures. I joined a book club. I made new friends. We meet every Thursday. I talk to Lisa more. We have coffee every Sunday. That I was lonely because I pushed people away. I even went on a date. It didn't work out, but I tried. I'm open now to life. Tonight is Friday. I'm at Dad's house. Eleanor cooked. We sit at the table. We eat. We laugh. Lily started painting again. Dad tells Eleanor proudly, That's wonderful, Eleanor says. After dinner, we sit in the living room. We drink tea. It's simple. It's peaceful. This is a new normal, not the sad one. This normal has joy. It has hope. I look at Dad and Eleanor. They look right together. I feel happy for them. No jealousy. No anger, just love. I should go, I say. Dad walks me to the door. He hugs me. Thank you, Lily. For what? I ask. For accepting this, he says, for accepting change. Thank you for showing me how, I say. I drive home. I feel peaceful. My apartment doesn't feel empty anymore. I filled it with paintings, with books, with life. I'm not stuck anymore. I'm moving forward. I don't know what comes next. Maybe love, maybe just quiet moments of joy, but I'm ready now. I'm open. I'm living. Mom would be proud. Dad is proud. And finally, I'm proud of myself too. Life goes on even after grief, and I'm choosing to go with it. Please like, share, and comment. English Story Hub.